Hey up. Right, now listen up. Told you before about that parabolic punch. Now, some traditional martial arts people and stuff like that were a little bit upset at what I said because I was talking about the rotation of the fist and things like that. So let me explain something. When you say I'm wrong about something, that's fair enough. But when you say it, you should really be explaining why. And when you put forward your case, you should explain why you're correct. So, I'm going to explain to you why I'm right and why you're wrong. That way, you can understand it, test it for yourself, and find out. Because I could be lying, couldn't I? Or could be wrong. Let's have a look at this. Right? There's your forearm there. I'm only going to analyse from the elbow down today. You've got your radius and your ulna, and they connect here, and they're parallel with each other. So they're parallel like this. Okay? So think a bit like a ladder. You've got a ladder like that, and the rungs connected to all the connective tissue, muscles, ligaments, etc. that connect everything here. So you've got two connection points at either end. The goal of the radius and ulna is to, keep the wrist strong and blah blah blah, and connect everything up. Now, if you twist it like that, and then this goes up here to the radius goes up here to the top from left to right, and the ulna goes from right to left at the bottom. You've essentially taken that parallel thing and twisted it around like that. So if you're going to climb a ladder, would you want a ladder like that, or would you like a ladder that's twisted all over the place? The structural integrity is gone. Of that there is no doubt. And because one of the goals of the radius and ulna is to protect the wrist, keep the wrist strong, that means you've now lost strength and stability in the wrist. And if you're losing strength and stability in the wrist and strength and stability in the forearm, remembering that a chain is only as strong as its weakest link, therefore you're going to be losing something within that strike, that punch. It stands to reason. And if you still throw it at the same amount of power, you've got a very good chance of damaging your wrist. Now, I know that all traditional martial arts guys that rotate like that, I know they've all had their wrists fold on impact, they've had this sort of thing happen. I know they have. I've seen it hundreds and hundreds of times all over the world over the past 30 odd years. I know for a fact, so don't say it doesn't happen. It does. So how do you combat this fact that you're supposed to turn the wrist when you do your gakuzuki, your reverse punch, or if you're boxing when you're doing your backhand? Well, the elbow can turn as well, can't it? If I just turn my wrist, I misalign and take away the structural integrity of my forearm. If I turn my elbow with it, I still keep that structural integrity. If it's a backhand, I still keep that structural integrity. I can turn it all the way over and keep that structural integrity. If you look at a fight between the great Lennox Lewis and Shannon Briggs, 4th or 5th round, Lennox does a big overhand, like that, caught Briggs on the side of the face, and you'll see Lennox's fist landing like this, and this is perfectly aligned. Hence the power that he gets. Right? So if it's good enough for one of the greatest heavyweight champions there's ever been, it's good enough for us, ain't it? So you've got to understand about the skeletal structure, the structural alignment, body physics, dynamics and mechanics, and how they relate to what you're doing. To simply turn around and go, we rotate our fist in traditional martial arts, you're wrong, doesn't quite stand up, does it? Doesn't hold up in court, me old fruit. If you're going to say it's wrong, you've got to explain how and why and put forward your case as to why you're correct. I put forward my case and I would argue it's irrefutable evidence. And the way for you to do it is for you to go and test it for yourself and make sure that you understand the difference between twisting and rotating so that you keep the structural alignment. Don't take my word for it, go and test it for yourself. Anyway, that's enough from me. I'll see you on the next one.